when you're moving from place. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, Tobago, and welcome to the Tobago Updates Youth Morning Show. This morning, we're joining you live from the beautiful village of Mason Hall as we celebrate International Children's Day. International Children's Day was established in 1954 by the United Nations, and we celebrate International Children's Day to commemorate the rights of the child. I am Kaylee Lewis, and I am joined this morning by
Luke Trim, and today we are at the Little Jewels Early Childhood Center located in Mason Hall, Sandy River. We are here at Little Jewels as they are celebrating 25 years of excellence in the field of early childhood education. So today we are here to find out from the parents, teachers, and even the students the important role early education plays in the development of a child. Once again, I'm Luke Trim, and I'm also joined by
Dwayne Nurse, and I'm pleased to be with you guys here this morning. And yes, as my friend Luke said, my colleague said, we are here at Little Jewels Early Childhood Center in Mason Hall, Tobago. We must emphasize the Tobago. We are here to celebrate, we are here to celebrate two momentous occasions. First, is the 25 years, and in commemoration with the International Children's Day. Sorry, right? And early childhood care plays an important and pivotal role in child development. What is a child without early childhood care? And today we are going to delve into the nitty-gritties of that, right? But what else do we have happening in this space today? We must do a little bit of banter before.
We must do the banter.
Yeah, we have to do the banter.
So what have you noticed that's what the news doing?
Well, I have been down I've been doing my homework. So I have not been, up and about as you might have been, but I don't have much anything.
What about you, Keely?
Well, we saw Black Panther premiering very recently,
right,
yes.
Right.
And we had our very own Winston Duke starring in the movie.
You wasn't supposed to hit us up and tell us
All
that,
three of us, Keely.
Yeah. And, we need to make a trip to Trinidad to look at this thing.
Well, you see, things happen and other things happen. So, I mean, in time to come, when the thing that is supposed to happen, it will happen, right? Yes? No?
Is there going to be a Black Panther 3 sometime soon?
Hopefully.
She had to produce it.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
perhaps.
I don't mind at all.
All right, guys. But that's enough for today. We're going to go over to Kelly in news in 90 seconds. Oh, Candice, my bad. Candice Jackson for news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Dwayne, Luke, and Kaylee. Here is your news in 90 seconds for Wednesday, 16th November, 2022. WASA launched its online approval system for plumbing and infrastructure in Tobago yesterday. Minister of Public Utilities Marvin Gonzalez said this new system will expedite various applications and make the granting of approvals more efficient. He explained that too often he receives complaints from the public about applications made to WASA that were stalled for no reason. Investigations into WASA revealed that over 5,000 applications were locked away in drawers and cabinets, with some made since 2012. According to Gonzalez, the backlog is costing the government over $5 billion in investments. And now, Chairman of the UDICUT, Noel Garcia, refuted claims by the opposition that the cost to refurbish the Prime Minister's official residence in Blemin, Tobago went from $25 million to $63 million. At a press conference yesterday, Garcia explained that the project was never a refurbishment, but a construction for the residence of the Prime Minister. He said that in 2015, $22 million was allocated for the house, with an additional $8.9 million spent on security features and $28 million to resurface the road leading up to the residence. The total reported construction cost is $37 million. And nationally, it is now illegal to establish, operate, advertise, or participate in Ponzi and pyramid schemes. If a person is convicted, they can be fined $10 million or face up to 10 years imprisonment. According to a press release from the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, amendments to the Securities Act criminalizes any prohibited schemes. During the COVID-19 pandemic, many citizens fell victim to Ponzi and pyramid-type schemes. In 2020, the police also arrested the founder of the drug Susu after a search warrant revealed over $22 million in cash at his home. And that was your news in 90 seconds. It is back to you, Luke and Dwayne and Kaylee.
And welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates Morning Show. We are here live at the Little Jewels Early Childhood Center in Mason Hall, Tobago, right? So we want to go straight over to the birthdays, guys. And who do we have first on? We have 3 birthdays today, 3 celebrants. The first birthday we have today is none other than, drum roll please, Miss Assemblyman Terrence Baines. A happy birthday goes out to you, Assemblyman Baines. Wishing you a happy birthday from the Tobago Updates family. And who do we have next?
We're also sending birthday greetings out to Helen Watson. Happy birthday, Helen. We really hope that you have an enjoyable birthday today.
And last but not least, we are sending out birthday greetings to Miss Avenel Beard. A happy birthday to you, and I hope that you enjoy today.
Yes. Now, all the birthday celebrants that might not have made it on our list this morning, we want to wish you a happy birthday, and all the November borns that we did not yet get to celebrate. We want to wish you a happy birthday and a blessed day. So we have a lot in store for you guys this morning. As you might be aware, we are at a preschool this morning, so we are going to, have some fun interviews with the teachers and all the stakeholders here today, and some children. You all excited about that?
Yes,
most definitely.
We are very excited.
Most definitely.
Take me back, boy. Take me back. Take me
Yes.
back. But before we get into our interviews, we have to tell us this one thing before we go for this break, which is to
Share the live, share the live, share the live.
We'll be right back.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Lifespan is the affordable critical illness plan you need. Cover expenses up to $1 million. Tattoo Life, guaranteed protection.
Was a while before Christmas, and all through the land, people was putting away house with very little money in hand. They was painting and cleaning and doing their chores, but I went to hunt for deals at American stores. Deals on living and dining room sets, on fridges and stoves, beds and cabinets, on washers and dryers, small appliances cheap, even TVs and stereos, prices just can't be beat. So let's Christmas together at American stores. After all, what they tell me, anything could be yours.
Anything can be yours at American stores.
Welcome to Lamarche Parfait Day Spa and Wellness Center, your premier spa experience located at Bonaccord, Tobago. Visit us today for facials, cellulite treatments, body contours, body treatments, pedicures, manicures, and much more. We have gift cards for all occasions and corporate events. Connect with us on Facebook at Lamarche Parfait Day Spa or call us 273-7772.
Advertise with Tobago Updates. updates, call 284-6597. If you have a small or large business, we can get your information in front of the masses. Reach our rapidly growing viewership on Facebook and YouTube. Promote your brand in Trinidad and the Caribbean through M&E TV Now and Gayel. Yes, we can build unique ads for your business. Call now 284-6597 and advertise with us. The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place, with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Never ever worry, don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry, if you're nice can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil will always be here for you.
Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning. Good morning, morning.
This morning I'm joined by Natalie Not Robin,
Howard Robin,
and Sharice Charles.
Okay, good morning, parents, and how are you all doing this morning?
We are well, thanks.
we're good, we're good.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Okay, great. So today we're celebrating International Children's Day. What are your thoughts on
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back to the Tobago Updates Youth Morning Show. This morning, we're coming to you live from Mason Hall, Tobago at the Little Jewels Early Childhood Center as we celebrate International Children's Day. Today, I'm joined by some parents of students at the school. Parents, can you all introduce yourselves?
My name is Natalie Not Robin.
And I'm Howard Robin.
And I'm Sharice Charles.
Okay, parents, lovely to meet you. How are you all doing this morning?
I'm well, thanks.
I'm good.
A bit nervous, but good.
Okay, you'll be fine. So today we're celebrating International Children's Day. Can you tell me your thoughts on Children's Day? You know, the whole concept of children having rights. I mean, in the Tobago space, it's something that is very taboo, something that we're not accustomed to. The evolution of, you know, children being able to have rights. Just give me your thoughts on that.
Well, we all have rights, and the children are no different. And children are really special and should be celebrated, and they should know their worth. So Children's Day and everything about children's rights is just to celebrate the child, celebrate the individuality of each child and let them know that they are special, they are loved, they are here, and we should just be happy and appreciate what they can do and what they could give so that they could be a good product of the society and somebody that would be able to do well with what they have, explore their talents and all their possibilities. So we just need to embrace them and show them what they could do.
Okay, great. So you spoke about showing appreciation to the child. Can you tell me some ways that you'll probably show appreciation to your kids, or ways that you could probably encourage other parents to show appreciation to their children?
I think one of the ways that we try to show appreciation to our daughter is by reinforcing that we love her, irrespective of the situation that she finds herself in. So even when she makes mistakes, we do find ways to reinforce that we care and appreciate her so that she doesn't think that she has to be perfect every time. We try to encourage her to do the best she can, but even when she falls short, we still try to elevate her by giving her something that will encourage her to do better in the future.
Most definitely. I love that, having the reassurance for children, because that's definitely something that we see parents would have been falling short in a lot of the times, not showing their children that they love them, not reassuring them that they are here to help them, and that, of course, nobody is perfect. So today, Little Jewels is celebrating 25 years of existence. That is a milestone. Can you tell us about your experience thus far as a current parent of a student at Little Jewels?
Okay, my experience thus far, I'm amazed, honestly, I'm amazed at how much work they are able to do. And not just in the classroom, they cater for the children holistically. So my son was able to wrap a present. He was able to eat with knife and fork. So he's teaching me table manners. So it's not just academics, but holistically, and I really appreciate that. And they make learning fun. So it's not just to sit down by the table and write, read, but they incorporate different things to get the same results. So.
Wonderful. And you all are past parents. So what was your experience like during the pandemic, the whole online teaching, the hybrid, transitioning out of the COVID into in-person teaching? What was your experience like as parents?
The experience was challenging, yet at the end of the journey, you can say that it was successful. The staff at Little Jewels made the adequate preparation. They made the interactions very interesting so that the children were always engaged. And even when they transitioned into physical school, all the preparations that were necessary were done. And the teachers always kept the parents appraised of exactly what would take place, how it would take place. So although it was something new in terms of online teaching, for my daughter, it was something that she enjoyed, and she has transitioned into her new school with no problems, and that generally speaks to the success of the information that was imparted to her during the pandemic.
Okay, wonderful. And in terms of things that you plan to do for International Children's Day, because International Children's Day is actually on the 20th of November, is there anything that, special they probably would do with your children on International Children's Day?
My daughter, she loves camping. And Little Jewels in online school, we actually had a camping experience.
Oh, wow.
And from since then, every holiday, she would ask, can we camp? Can we camp? So at this time, our tent is already erected at home because she wants to camp. We camped, not last night, the night before. So this week would be she would get her opportunity to camp for this week because she loves camping. And what Little Jewels showed us is that you use what you have to make a great impact. And you don't need to have everything, all the dots lined up for you to enjoy yourself and to make a lasting impression on a child. Use what you have. So this Children's Day, we would be camping as a family. Our tent is already erected, and something that you would have asked before in terms of what the experience was like at Little Jewels. At Little Jewels, I particularly liked the life skills. They were able to button their shirts, to tie their shoelaces. I think this week or last week I heard on the program somebody commenting that they missed that opportunity in preschool to actually tie laces. And the primary school teacher now had to do all that. But at Little Jewels, in my daughter's first year, she was exposed to tying her shoelaces. In the second year, it was reinforced. So she went out to school knowing how to do these things. So the children at Little Jewels is not just about what they could do with their letter songs, forming the letters. And even forming the letters, they use the Zoom platform intentionally so that the whiteboard was used. So the children sitting at home were able to look and see how the letters were being formed. And they went even further. They did videos. So that when you are at home and you can't remember how did they form letter A again, you had your video to go back to. So they went beyond the call and they ensured that things were done so that no child was left behind.
Okay, thank you so much. I love that, being able to utilize all of your resources and use it intentionally. So thank you so much, parents, for speaking with us this morning. Viewers, we're going to be taking a short break and we'll be right back. Please remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Whole Life helps me secure their future, provides financial protection with added benefits. Whole Life, the affordable financial benefits plan. Tattoo Life, guaranteed protection.
Excel Spa by Haley, where our highly trained staff are ready to deliver the top-class services in facial massages, waxing, nail enhancement and body treatment. We are ideally located at Coco Avenue, Switzerland, Tobago. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TripAdvisor, or you can call us on 730-0149. Excel Spa by Haley. Relax, renew, and rejuvenate.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates Morning Show, your one and only favorite Youth Wednesday morning show. This morning we are here live at Little Jewels Early Childhood Center in Mason Hall, and I'm pleased to interview this morning a parent, and she will share her name. Your name is?
My name is Camion Joseph Moore.
Right, viewers, please be a bit easy on my guest. She's a bit nervous. It is my duty to make her feel comfortable, right? And she's here with her son, Daniel. Morning, Daniel.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you? Watch your camera over there. Get them a wave. All right. So we're going to talk about an inclusive environment, inclusion, and in commemoration with the International Children's Day. Your child has special needs because he has cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
What is that like? Being. What is that like being having to treat with that? What is that experience like for you?
Okay. Good morning again to everybody. Having a special need child with cerebral palsy is a difficult job because he's not as normal as the rest of children. So you have to put in the extra work, extra time, extra care in taking care of Daniel. Having him. Okay.
You hold my mic.
Good job.
Nice.
Right. So having him included into Little Jewel's environment, it was a great ease for me because looking for a preschool that will accommodate Daniel in with his special need, it was a little difficult for me, but Little Jewels, they come true for me. Because Daniel, he's a very intelligent young guy, and having him here, it is like expanding his intelligence.
Right.
So he's doing things as any other normal child will do, ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, and Little Joel take every effort and care to make sure that Daniel is a part of all the activities. They have him involved in all plays, all concerts, all everything you could think of. Little Joel have Daniel involved, and I really love that about them. They don't discriminate. They don't treat him as if he's just special, but they include him in everything, so he could feel as normal with every student.
And that there's a misconception about children with special needs. We as a society aren't as sensitized as we're supposed to be as to how we treat with our special needs children. We often think that because they have special needs, they can't learn. It's a learning block. But it's as you would see in your own son, it's an opportunity to foster greater intelligence in them, in spite of their disability, despite of their insufficiencies. And that's great. And you made mention that it is difficult for you. It was difficult for you to find a school to accommodate special needs children. Well, your son especially. But I want to ask you though. Given that he's here now, how have you seen improvement? In what areas have you seen improvement in terms of his learning and so on?
Well, he communicates more with me because Daniel communication form was crying. Everything, cry. He wants something to eat, cry.
And how did you treat with that?
Growing up, it was, trust me, it was very frustrating.
Show the viewers some of the practical things that you did to calm him down, to make him aware.
Well, most of the time I will hug him, put him sit down and say, try and use your words. Come, talk to me. What do you want? Try and use your words. Let me use it one by one. You want something to eat? You want your titi? You want... Talk to me. And he would like calm down and he would try to see how best he could form his words to tell me what he wants. Because when he was going to speech therapy, it was the doctor told me his communication was crime, so he do not know how to use his words. So I had to also try to restrict some of the stuff from him, for him to use the words. And as I say, it was very hard, but as I say, I had to get the patience to understand. Patience to understand what he's saying, patience to not lash out on him, but try to understand what he's saying. So, yeah, that was...
Yeah, and you know, that's even great. And how old is your son?
He's 5 years old.
Right.
He will be 6, the 21st of next year, February.
Right. And you mentioned that you have him attend speech therapy. Is that something that is still ongoing?
No, they just started him from the speech therapy because they say that he improved a lot with his speech. So he's communicating more with me. And I say as soon as he started attending school, listening to the other children, communicating is like his speech getting more and more better. So you're getting to understand what he's saying.
Right. So how does he interact with the other children? Do you see any challenges there at all?
No, Daniel is a person, he don't fuss about children. Once he sees children, he will go right ahead and want to talk to them, play with them, be involved with whatever they're doing. Sometimes you even want to take control. You know, so he interacts very well with children.
A born leader in your son.
Yeah.
A born leader indeed. You know, I unfortunately have to end this interview with you this morning.
No problem.
It was a pleasure interviewing you, Daniel.
Daniel.
It was a pleasure.
Die.
I tell the viewers bye-bye. All right, and I want you to say one thing with me. Right, we want to go on a break. I want you to join me and tell the viewers to share the live, share the live.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Was a while before Christmas, and all through the land, people was putting away house with very little money in hand. They was painting and cleaning and doing their chores, but I went to hunt for deals at American stores. Deals on living and dining room sets, on fridges and stoves, beds and cabinets, on washers and dryers, small appliances cheap, even TVs and stereos, prices just can't be beat. So let's Christmas together at American stores. After all, what they tell me, anything could be yours.
Welcome to the March Parfait Day Spa and Wellness Center, your premier spa experience located at Bonaccord, Tobago. Visit us today for facials, cellulite treatments, body contours, body treatments, pedicures, manicures, and much more. We have gift cards for all occasions and corporate events. Connect with us on Facebook at Le March Parfait Day Spa or call us 273-7772.
Advertise with Tobago Updates. Call 284-6597. If you have a small or large business, we can get your information in front of the masses. Reach our rapidly growing viewership on Facebook and YouTube. Promote your brand in Trinidad and the Caribbean through M&E TV Now and Gayel. Yes, we can build unique ads for your business. Call now 284-6597 and advertise with us. The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place, with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place.
Welcome back, viewers. We are here at the Little Jewels Early Childhood Center, and for those of you that don't know, this is the foundation that started it all for me, as I am a past student here of this school. So today I'm here with Auntie Della and Auntie P, senior teacher and head teacher of Little Jewels. A special morning to you all, and how are you doing?
Good morning, fine, thank you.
Good morning, I'm well, thank you.
Great. So this is a school that has a reputation of producing some of Tobago's best and brightest students. So how do you all feel about that track record? Auntie Della.
We feel pretty good. Seeing that you are a part, you are a live, should I say, you know, that shows that what comes out of Little Jewels.
Great. If you are to ask someone, you know, what's the stages of education, they will say something like primary school, high school, and then tertiary education, and they oftentimes seem to leave out the early childhood center part. So why is early childhood education so important when it comes to children? Both of you could answer. You could start, and probably you could put in your two-piece after.
Okay, early childhood education is important. Early childhood prepares children for primary school. The socialization skills, learning to share, learning to cooperate with each other. Yes, so we don't really focus only on the academics. We do the holistic development of the child, and they must play. You know, parents say, you play too much, but children learn through play. So our focus is on socialization, apart from the academics, also the spiritual development of the child.
Yes, early childhood is very important because this is the foundation. If they are taught wrong here, it is wrong for life. So it's important that your child have that solid and good foundation, as Auntie Della would have said. You know, it is important for that socializing, because a lot of children, especially those who are the only child, they are accustomed to everything belonging to me. But when they come to school now, they have to learn how to share and how to interact, taking turns. And those principles are quite important for children to learn. So I am saying that early childhood is important for our nation's children.
And it's great that you said it's important. You would have mentioned they learn things such as socializing. Even the only child like me, when I came here, I was an only child. So, you know, I would have learned things how to share and all those stuff. So what other factors, what other skills do children develop through early education?
So, skills such as cutting, because this helps with the fine motor skills. You know, it helps build the muscles in the hand. So even as they hold the paper with the other hand, if the right hand is the dominant hand, you know, it helps build the muscles in the hand, right? It also helps with hand-eye coordination, yes? And also it teaches the child that, you know, they must finish a task when given.
That's great. What about you, Auntie P? What other skills do they learn here?
Well, they learn the vocabulary skills is developed because they interact with other children, so their speech is being developed. They also develop that sense of spirituality because we do teach them the Word of God, so that they have that solid foundation where God, we don't preach religion, but we allow them to know that there is a God and that He loves them, and we must do that loving and the sharing and the caring. They also have the gross development. Right now we have our students involved in gymnastics, in golf, right? And so they are learning those social skills. We have them doing music, right? So they are learning to play the recorder, and soon they will go on to doing the keyboard. So it's really a holistic program so that their lives will be well developed and they'll be well-rounded citizens for tomorrow.
Anything else?
Yes, they also learn to, how should I put it? They also learn skills such as...
We have life skills.
Yes, life skills. Yes, like buttoning, tying up the shoes.
Wow.
Yes, so all these they learn. You know, sometimes they go to primary school and their shoelaces become untied,
yes.
and they cannot tie back. So, you know, we as preparing them for primary school, these are some of the other skills that they also learn. And they also learn to follow instructions, which is very, very important. Yes?
That's great. That's great. So, Little Jewels is a school. I always tell people this is where you learn things about yourself you never knew before. You learn how to public speak here. You know how to sing here. You always discover talents within yourself you never knew. But helping children unlock this talent, giving them that outlet to channel their purpose. I'm sure oftentimes you will bounce upon challenges. What are some challenges you all face here when it comes to giving children that foundation?
Well, some of the challenges we have, the children who are shy, they are introverts. So we have to learn that in our curriculum planning, we cater for all the learning styles, the auditory, the visual, and so on, so that we cater for all the needs of the children. Because if you don't, that child that has that speech impediment will just stay and be quiet. So you give them that opportunity. Okay, let's see, can you tell me what this is? You show them the picture, and so they're able to say, that's a dog, that's a cat. So those little steps, step by step, you're able to help them to build their confidence, to build character, because they have to know, okay, auntie's looking at me, auntie's calling my name. And when you applaud them and you commend them, they feel really good, and that helps to build their confidence. So those are some of the things that we do, and as in our programs, we also cater. Okay, we have cooking, we have cookery, and as you would have heard, one of our students won the Blue Food Festival last year. So those are opportunities that we afford the students here at Little Jewels, so that they can expand and excel in whatsoever creative abilities that they may have. We create that stimulating environment so that they can blossom.
Anything, Auntie Della?
Not at this point.
Okay, that's great. So 2 years ago, we would have experienced COVID-19. And since we're on the topic of Children's Day, I know that a lot of children would have been affected by this pandemic because they weren't able to socialize. They had to switch to online school. So as the teachers here, as the superiors that oversee these children, how was it navigating through COVID-19 to really establish these children, to bring them back to a sense of normalcy when it comes to interacting and so on?
Well, there was, I should say, just a slight challenge, yes, because after online school for 2 years, right, and coming back out to the physical environment, it's the first time we are meeting them, in this setting. So, because normally we would have, during COVID, we met with the students because we had the island-wide motorcade, yes, so we met with the students, we had other activities, like graduation, yes, COVID graduations, yes, so we met with some of the students, but coming out to the physical environment, leaving the comfort of their homes, was a little challenge for them, but after a while, they got accustomed and they settled in nicely.
Great.
Right. With the COVID pandemic, we decided as a school that we would not close our doors. One of the first things, we were resolute that we would not close our doors. So we met as a staff and we planned that this is the way going forward. We are going to embrace the online platform. And so we had our Zoom, and we had Zoom classes in the morning at 9 and in the afternoon at 4:45, because we catered for the parents who were working, and their students, their children would have been at home with a granny who may not be so tech savvy. So we catered for those parents, which they really, really appreciated, right? And so we had classes both morning and evening without fail, Monday to Thursday, right? And so it was a bit challenging at first, but after a while, with quick planning and prayer and advice from our advisor, we were able to navigate. And so we embraced everything that they would have done in the physical school. We had it on the virtual platform. The cooking, the art, the drama, the language, we made snow. Yes. We made snow, right? So we embraced all that they would have done in the physical school, and we had it on the virtual platform.
Right, excellent. So it's great to hear that even though you all were faced with so many adversities, you did not leave the children, did not forget them. And I just want to thank you all for joining us today. I'm very happy to be here as a past student, to see familiar faces, and it's great to see that you all are still keeping that stellar track record that I was able to experience when I was younger. So viewers, once again, I'm Luke Trim, and together we're all going to remind our viewers what to do, and that's to
share the life, share the life, share the life.
We'll be right back.
It's a different type of thing down there. and we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Excel Spa by Haley, where our highly trained staff are ready to deliver the top-class services in facial massages, waxing, nail enhancement, and body treatment. We are ideally located at Coco Avenue, Susalands, Tobago. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TripAdvisor, or you can call us on 730-0149. Excel Spa by Haley. Relax, renew, and rejuvenate.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back, viewers. And right now I am here sitting with the students of the Little Jewels Early Childhood Center. Good morning, everybody. How are you all feeling today? Nice. So by raise of hand, who could tell me what day is today? Just raise your hand if you could tell me what day is today.
Friday.
Who else? Who want to tell me what day is today?
Friday. Wednesday.
Good, good. All right, nice. Oh, right. Somebody else needs to raise their hand and tell me what is their favorite show. What show you love to watch?
I like to watch.
Anyone? You just watch Coco Melon? Right. So what you like about Coco Melon?
I need to sing songs.
Nice.
You don't have the voice in the sound. The voice in the.
All right. So who could tell me what's their favorite color then? What's your favorite color?
Red.
Nice. Who else?
Pink.
Anybody else from here want to tell me their favorite color? What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Nice. All right. So I heard that you all have a really nice school song. You all want to sing it for me? Yeah. All right. So the teachers will take over and you all going to sing when the teacher tells you to sing, okay?
When he cometh, to wake up his children, and his children's precious children, his love and his goodness. Like the stars of the morning, his bright clouds adorning, they shall shine you be you to you why the children it's true as his love and his soul. Like the stars of the morning, his bright clouds adorning,
That was good. Everybody give yourself a clap. Say, yay! That was so good. So we're back to the question segment. So at Little Jewels, who could tell me what is their favorite activity at school here? What's your favorite activity?
To play with my friends and learn.
So who here likes to play with plasticine? Does play plasticine? Nice. You like playing with plasticine? Good. So who else? Who else? Right. So what other activity you all like to do here? What's your favorite activity?
Playing in the blocks.
Right. Nice. Anybody else? Anybody else want to tell me?
I love playing the blocks.
Who else? Anybody else want to tell me what they like to play here? They like to play with here? Nobody else? You want to tell me? So what's your favorite thing to do here? Oh, she's feeling a bit shy. All right. Favorite animal. Who could tell me what's their favorite animal? Yes, Par.
An elephant.
Anybody else?
A giraffe.
Nice. Anybody else?
The lion.
Oh, the lion. That's good. What about you? What's your favorite animal?
A crocodile.
Ooh, that's scary, but that's good. So, viewers, I want to thank you all for just staying at this segment. So we're going to go on another break and we'll be right back to close things off in a nice way. So who want to tell our viewers to share the live? All right, Paris. So on 3, 1, 2, 3, we're going to tell them to share the live, right? So 1, 2, 3.
Share the live, share the live, share the live.
Great.
Lakai Home Services. We specialize in cleaning of carpets and rugs, mattresses, living room and dining room sets, vehicle detailing, cleaning and sanitizing of homes and commercial spaces. We also do landscaping and tree cutting, pressure and power washing, floor care, fumigating and air purifying. You can also call us for professional painting services, babysitting and adult sitting. Call us now 333-4430 at Mamai Lakai Home Services. We take cleaning to another level.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back, viewers. Welcome back. And as we end things off, I just want to thank everybody for joining us today. Once again, we are in celebration mode for National Children's Day. And for those of you that would have tuned in or viewed us, you would have learned the importance of getting early education. It's not about boasting that your child didn't go to preschool. You need to give them that foundation because it's important. It's not just about academics. It's not just about you're paying for a daycare in a sense. This is where your child is going to get the foundation. This is where your child is going to be a stellar being they're going to be a stellar student, they are just going to ace everything they do. So please, parents, teachers, everybody listening, invest in early education because it benefits everybody. Just a reminder that Little Jewels, they have an active Facebook page, so you can visit the Facebook page. And another notice that they would have won the Republic Day pandemic competition. They did excellent for excellent delivery in the virtual space. So we just want to congratulate them. And I would also like to thank the Little Jewels for accommodating us today. I want to say thanks to Auntie Kathleen, Auntie Della, the head teacher, everybody here for just making this a really excellent show, viewers. So just remember to share the live, share the live, share the live, and stay tuned. We ain't going anywhere.
A movie, a dream lit. Those are some words used by many to describe Tobago's inaugural carnival after the curtains came down at the end of October. And the Secretary of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation, Councillor Tashia Burris, says it was a labor of love which was successfully executed in just about 8 months.
One of the things that we put out in the space recently was the projected cost, or what the THA was planning to spend for this carnival. And I'm pleased to report that the THA would not incur the 17.5 million that we had initially anticipated that we would spend for this carnival. One of the main reasons for that is that there were some elements of the budget that we weren't able to execute this year. So that is where the cost savings, a lot of cost savings would be realized.
Councillor Burris says the bulk of the carnival spend was done through the Tobago Tourism Agency Limited and the Tobago Festivals Commission Limited. She adds that marketing was a critical component to the success of the event. And what about feedback?
The reviews that I've heard from our visitors who played mass with our mass bands in Tobago, some of them have indicated it's the best mass experience they've ever had. And in our first year, I think that is a huge compliment to have when you talk about persons who came to Tobago who would normally play mass in Trinidad or play mass in Miami or play mass in Notting Hill or Caribana or Labor Day, these larger carnivals across the world, to come to Tobago and talk about the fact that they were embraced from day one by the mass band. So that means the customer service was on point.
The Tourism Secretary says Carnival is a serious economic activity that each Tobagonian has the opportunity to own and become a part of.
One of the things that was very telling for me was finding out that on average, an international visitor to Tobago spends at least 11,000 TT dollars, and that is per visitor. So when you look at what could possibly be the numbers for a Tobago carnival that may have welcomed in the region of about 30,000 visitors over that period, you're talking about, even if you take very basic numbers and say that everybody spent $3,000, let's just use $3,000 as an example. If you extrapolate $3,000 multiplied by 30,000 visitors, you're talking about $90 million. And that is very, very basic.
Post-mortem sessions will be hosted to reveal any shortcomings from Tobago's first solo carnival.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and
Welcome to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates, your source for current affairs in Tobago, Trinidad and the region. With the perfect conversations to complement your morning routine, I am Candace Jackson, and let's get started with the news in 90 seconds. WASA launched its online approval system of WASA launched its online approval system for plumbing and infrastructure in Tobago yesterday. Minister of Public Utilities Marvin Gonzalez said this new system will expedite various applications and make the granting of approvals more efficient. He explained that too often he receives complaints from the public about applications made to WASA that were stalled for no reason. Investigations into WASA revealed that over 5,000 applications were locked away in drawers and cabinets, with some made since 2012. According to Gonzalez, the backlog is costing the government over $5 billion in investments. And now, Chairman of the UDCOT, Noel Garcia, refuted claims by the opposition that the cost to refurbish the Prime Minister's official residence in Blemont, Tobago went from $25 million to $63 million. At a press conference yesterday, Garcia explained that the project was never a refurbishment, but a construction for the residence of the Prime Minister. He said that in 2015, $22 million was allocated for the house, with an additional $8.9 million spent on security features and $28 million to resurface the road leading up to the residence. The total reported construction cost is $37 million. And now it is now illegal to establish, operate, advertise, or participate in Ponzi and pyramid schemes. If a person is convicted, they can be fined up to $10 million or face up to 10 years imprisonment. According to a press release from the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, amendments to the Securities Act criminalizes any prohibited schemes. During the COVID-19 pandemic, many citizens fell victim to Ponzi and pyramid-type schemes. In 2020, police also arrested the founder of the drug Susu after a search warrant revealed over $22 million in cash at his home. And that was the news in 90 seconds. And now, viewers, we are getting into a very special start to what is going to be the next couple weeks, I would say, here on GMT. Now, over the next couple weeks, myself and Chanel Felix, you viewed her yesterday, we'll be going through all the secretaries, all the assemblymen, all the councillors, as you know, we just kind of get an idea from them. What has the past year been like? On December 6th would mark 1 year since the PDP administration took control of the THA after 21 years of it being held by the PNM. And of course, it's been a very interesting year. So we're going to be looking back at that year and from each member's perspective and get from them, you know, what was that experience like over that past year. So to start us off this morning, it is my pleasure to welcome none other than Miss Megan Morrison. And of course, she is also the Secretary for Tourism, the Assistant Secretary, for Tourism, Culture, Antiquities, and Transportation, and she's the Assemblyman for Monk St. George, Goodwood.
Yes.
Good morning and welcome to you.
Good morning to you.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time that you are on.
Yes, it's my first official visit to the set.
And then you are the first to lead off the special series here at Tobago Updates.
Yes, it's my pleasure to be here. Good morning, Tobago, and a special good morning to the district of Monk St. George, Goodwood, which incorporate the villages of Bacalet Park, John Dial, Hope, Monk St. George, Goodwood, and a small piece of Goldsboro.
I like that. Now, I'm going to get straight into things, and this is going to be a very deep, very hard-hitting interview. So, what were your expectations upon getting into office? What did you expect? What did you think it would be?
I thought of the fact that Tobago needed something different, and Tobago was yearning for that type of representation that I didn't think they got. And I expected hard work. As a matter of fact, I'm used to hard work. It's probably my nature. I'm accustomed to long hours. So I expected some work to be done because the island has been neglected for some time. Those were my feelings.
Now, when you got that appointment as assistant secretary in that tourism division, you know, how did you view yourself fitting into that position? And what did you think you could deliver? And what were you not able to deliver?
Well, initially, I saw myself not in that division, actually. I wanted to do something community-based because those were the areas I was accustomed to throughout my life. You know, I was accustomed to service and assisting people and that kind of stuff. But the fact of the matter is, also part of my life was the cultural aspect. I've been involved in several cultural groups at the helm and as a member and partaking in the various cultural activities. So when I was assigned that portfolio, because my qualification is actually in marketing, and I did some tourism type studies and all of that, so let's just say I'm qualified to do the tourism, it just wasn't my passion, right? But as with everything else, I love learning new things. I don't mind adjusting. So my nature is I get bored easily, so something new is challenging, I am for that. So I didn't see it as an issue. I think I can play any role I'm assigned to.
How did this past year experience change your perspective on what it means to be in public service and what it means to be in leadership in a body such as the THA?
Well, I have been in public service. I've worked with the THA for 21 years or 20 years thereabout. So that wasn't a challenge for me, to be quite honest. I understand how the system works, what it takes to have a check prepared every step of the way. I understand that the general public don't always understand what it takes to get to that end product. So that area wasn't really challenging for me. What I saw a bit of challenge is that the island had limited resources and not everything that the public want, they could have gotten it at the time they wanted it. So that was a little bit challenging for me personally, because I am big on delivery. I am big on solving problems. So the fact that we have to wait on a resource or wait on, for whatever reason, challenges was, that in itself was a little bit difficult for me personally, because I am accustomed, if something doesn't get done, I do it myself. And when you have to wait on a process to get it done, that is the challenge for me.
So what are some of those things that you wanted to deliver to the people of Tobago within that first year and you were not able to?
So for example, if I'm taking it from my district level, I will say Monks St. George, #1 Village Street, has been a sore point for the people of my district. I grew up in Monks St. George, so I can speak to that firsthand. The village that was new to my district is Goodwood. So I spent a lot of time in Goodwood trying to get to know the area and the community. They of themselves have been suffering neglect for so long. They have so many challenges. James Street, that has probably the largest living population in that village. The streets are narrow and so on. So I would have liked to see some infrastructural changes in my community, apart from the fact that we have a number of unemployed persons. I think people, if they get their drains clean and they suffer less flooding, because there's this home in James Street, Goodwood, that suffered constant flooding over the years. Every time rain falls, for some reason, water gets into his home. As it is now, his furniture are destroyed, because whether rain season, dry season, once there is a flow of water, it gets into his home. So it has eroded his furniture. So I think he has to start from scratch. I don't know how we can help him. We may have to find a way to. But I'm saying that to say that people has challenges a lot over an extended period of time. So suffice it to say, I would like to see some of those infrastructural problems be solved. 1 year is a short time, to be realistic. 1 year is a short time, and the level of neglect is so extensive that you can take one step at a time. And bearing in mind we have all these financial challenges, bearing in mind we had a heavy weather system that the island has not been accustomed to. A lot of the projects and so on that we would like to see done just have to wait a little bit.
How did you communicate that to your people? Because we see all the time that people are complaining, you know, the PDP promised this, they promised to fix this road, they promised that you won't have to wait so long for this to be done, but yet here they are doing the same thing that the former PNM administration did, and then it's creating this sort of despondency among the voters. It's like, so what we voting for?
Right, so I would not say we're doing the same thing what the PNM did. The fact of the matter is, you will see several of the assemblymen having town meetings in their various communities, trying to keep in communication with the people. I'm not sure the PNM can boast of that, right? We have been trying to reach out to our constituents. We have the various groups where we have persons from the communities attached to those groups so that messages can go out. I'm not saying we did a perfect job of communicating to all the people, but we have generally made an effort to reach out to our districts to inform them of what's happening. I'm personally a very straightforward person. I don't believe in selling people dreams. So if you ask me a question or have a concern, I will tell you the facts of that. I will not tell you that we will get it done, knowing very well that these are the challenges we have, and you may not get it done tomorrow. It may take an extra while to get it done. So I will communicate that.
When people come to you with those complaints, though, about especially that communication thing, because I think this has been a problem with this administration for the past year, that they have not done, you guys have not done the best when it comes to communication and in sort of, you know, updating the public when there are problems in materializing some of your promises. Now, I mean, how are you going to improve on that and to make sure that, you know, people understand what is going on? You're providing them a timeline. You cannot keep this timeline for whatever reason, and then you provide a sufficient explanation.
I can't disagree with you. We can do a better job of communicating some of the issues to the general public. But the fact is that we gave people so much hope during the election that generally people expect so much to be done in a small space of time. And those are the realities. So, yes, we will try as an administration and as a division to extend to especially if you're talking from a divisional level. This is the reason why pay is late, if pay is late. And the fact of the matter sometimes is not even from an executive level, sometimes it's administrative. And when you think as an executive that you would have signed off on the funding and ensure that the releases came and so on, you are sometimes shocked to know that in the public space, someone is saying they didn't get paid. But why? It's not for lack of funding, one. It may be that a clerk or two didn't show up to work for whatever reason, right? So, yes, we can do a better job at communicating all positives and all negatives to the general public, and we will work on that. I will encourage my colleagues, and they are well aware of it, that we should speak up more, speak out more. I personally is reserved when it comes to speaking, as you know, it's my first time on set, because I'm of the impression that my work speaks for itself. I am not the one to, but everybody has their style, right?
Certainly.
So.
Now, I want to focus a little bit more on your role as Assistant Secretary in Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation. Now, you accepted that role. What were the responsibilities given to you in that division?
So my area is culture and antiquities. We have yet to build out the antiquities of the division. And so the cultural part of it is what takes forefront at this time. And we call ourselves the, for want of a better word, events division, because most of the activities that takes place on the island will come from our division. And because of that, you find that Secretary Boris and I will have several meetings with several stakeholders, not just in the cultural fraternity, but in the tourism fraternity as well. So that took up a lot of our time, and especially the first couple months going into office, because everybody want to meet. Everybody see where they didn't get an ear before, and they are now using the opportunity to have an ear, to bring in their proposal. We probably have, I don't want to say hundreds, but a lot of proposal coming in from the various stakeholders, private entities, where they see that it looked like we could get something done. And they are buoyant with ideas, some very fruitful, some very good initiatives that we can probably institute as an administration, but of course with the various, due diligence and so on. So my role in the culture and antiquities, I would like to see some things change, especially for the upcoming National Carnival in February. I don't believe we can do the same thing and get the same results. So I would like to see some changes made. Soon we'll be having some discussions with our various stakeholders and so on. But culture is part of me.
All
right? I am very much involved. I've always been. I've been part of West Village Heritage for as long as I can remember. I chaperone Queens, well, used to. I understand what people want from the industry and want from the sector. And I think going forward, we are well poised to make a change to the culture on the island or improve the culture on the island. And, I expect good things going forward.
All right. Now we're going to get a little bit more into the culture aspect of things, especially with, some of the things that you've done, or we're going to get a little bit deeper into it. But we're going to first take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll continue our discussions with Assistant Secretary Megan Morrison, who's also the assemblyman for Mount St. George, Goodwood. All right, viewers, so we'll be right back.
Was a while before Christmas, and all through the land, people was putting away house with very little money in hand. They was painting and cleaning and doing their chores, but I went to hunt for deals at American stores. Deals on living and dining room sets, on fridges and stoves, beds and cabinets, on washers and dryers, small appliances cheap, even TVs and stereos, prices just can't be beat. So let's Christmas together at American stores. After all, what they tell me, anything could be yours.
Advertise with Tobago Updates. Call 284-6597. If you have a small or large business, we can get your information in front of the masses. Reach our rapidly growing viewership on Facebook and YouTube. Promote your brand in Trinidad and the Caribbean through M&E TV Now and Gayel. Yes, we can build unique ads for your business. Call now 284-6597 and advertise with us.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago. Now you are viewing a very special interview with Ms. Megan Morrison, of course, who is the Assemblyman for Mount St. George Goodwood and the Assistant Secretary in Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation. And we are going through for the rest of the week and the coming week, we're going through with each secretary, each assemblyman, each councillor, and to give you a view of their past year in office. All right, so back to you, Ms. Megan Morrison. Now, before we went to the break, you were explaining that, you at the office, especially with your responsibilities in culture, you receive a lot of proposals. It's too many to count. How do you go about choosing which one of those proposals do you act upon? How do you prioritize that?
Well, we haven't chosen any per se as yet. What we did do is go through some of them and see what is in line with what we have for the industry. So we have read some of them and we say, well, yes, this probably could work. And so, but we haven't officially met with anyone concerning that, except for the small ones that came for the carnival that went, where you want to show some event or something. That's different. But other than that, we have training for persons in the mass fraternity that will come up. That was one of the proposals that came to us and have gotten executive council approval. So within a short space of time, that will start to roll out, and those persons in the mass fraternity will get the training that they are asking for in order to improve their craft and the product that they offer to the people of Tobago.
Now, we know that over the past couple of weeks, as well as Carnival concluded, and even before the conclusion of the Tobago Carnival, the inaugural Tobago Carnival, we had a lot of complaints, especially from the music sector, from the mass as well, for those traditional persons, soca artists, that complained that they did not get enough attention from the division, from the THA. They did not get enough push to make it or to walk home with some sort of money or to some sort of elevation within their stardom, if I want to use that word, right? We've had many of them. We've had many of them.
I have to choose my words carefully
Yes.
here. The music industry is a dynamic one. Soca and calypso, that is mainly required or used during the carnival season, there are few persons that were putting themselves out there, because that's where it starts. If I don't know your music, or someone don't know your music, or even a private promoter don't know your music, how will they book you for a gig? Right? And that is where you start. You put yourself out there, whatever means we are in a social, where we have social media and the internet and so on. One guy who is now trending burst on social media.
Yes.
And he got several gigs over the carnival season. The fact of the matter is the THA hosted 2 events apart from the Calypso and the Junior Monarch competition. They had 2 events.
All right, and what are those 2 events? Just for the sake of the viewers.
Bago Jam. That was the public launch of Carnival.
Yes.
And we had Rocks Glow, right? Everything else in this space were private promoters. And the truth of the matter is, while they were reaching out to us for some assistance and so on, we used that opportunity to say, you have to have local content. We have some of the people, these are some of the names, choose 2 people, right? Even some names we suggested, they said no, right? And while we want local content, people want the show at a certain standard. And if they say, well, I like this one, I will not call name, I like this one, I like that one, I don't see how I can challenge them to take someone who they are not comfortable with, who will not draw a crowd. Because at the end of the day, that is the aim. You're trying to get people to your event. You're trying to have a well-executed show. You want your show sell off, as the young people say, right? And if you think these two artists can pull that. There's so much we can do. Yes, I can see where we can provide the facility for recording and all that, but not in the space of time that we had to execute Tobago's first carnival, right? I can see that going forward because, yes, they need some help in the industry. That goes without saying. But to have everyone be a part of the just concluded carnival, well, I think it was beyond us. Bearing in mind that the THA only had 2 events and all these teens of events in the space were of a public nature, private promoters.
And then what about just the idea of when you have promoters come into the space, having those promoters, like, you know, within their contracts, or was there any sort of arrangement with those contracts, those promoters, to have a certain level of Tobago content on those shows?
Yes, this is what I'm saying. Yes, that was part of the arrangement. You have, once we are giving assistance, you have to have local content, local performances in the show, and we did that. You know, it's just that if you have 6 names and they choose the 2 out of the 6, I can't say, well, choose James Brown, and they would rather go with Jane Doe.
Okay.
You understand? So yes, there was that.
And there's also the allegation that, you know, some money, THA money, was spent to develop the Scarborough rhythm.
I'm not aware of that. I can't speak to that, to be quite honest. If there is, probably I didn't know of it, but I'm hearing a lot of noise in this space, most of which are not true. And I don't know where some people, I know some people have their own biases and probably have their own agendas, but most of what was said on that program, if I think what I'm thinking about, is not true. And I can state that categorically. In terms of us pursuing the Scarborough rhythm, I'm not sure. If somebody could clarify that to me, for me, I'll be happy. But I know some persons get together and, you know, whatever it is on the Scarborough rhythm, right? Because of that, private promoters wanted this one on the rhythm, that one on the rhythm, and so on. So they booked those people. The THA had nothing to do with that.
Now, moving forward, I mean, to Carnival 2023, now we have to deal with 2 carnivals. We're dealing with the National Carnival as well as we're dealing with the Tobago Carnival. But just for the sake of this, because, I mean, Tobago Carnival is being promoted and heralded as this is Tobago time to shine. Because, I mean, we know the complications that's associated with the National Carnival. But we have, I mean, your administration has been successful in at least making that come into being. But how are we going to change or improve on what we did this year to make sure that, you know, our artists, for instance, feel a bit more included or feel as though that they are important to the product?
They are important to the product. I will ask them to improve their craft. I'm not one to sugarcoat stuff. We need to work on our craft daily. I need to work on me daily. Try to be a little bit more patient and all of that. And we need to improve our craft. We need to improve what we sell to the public, right? Of course, you will get assistance from us. And I can say that now that we have finished this first carnival, the postmortem will come out soon. We will see where our challenges are, where we can make improvement, and start to work on the product and the presentation for next year, which will include the performance, the mass bands, the calypso facility, and all of that. All the arms that make up Carnival, pan, all of them. So we had some shortcomings, no doubt. You know, we executed a carnival in a matter of months. That is unheard of. And I can see from now, because we have to start to plan from now for next year. So when we get that post-mortem and we see where the challenges are, of course some you can see readily, we will know the direction we will take for next year.
Okay. And then, so there will be that greater collaboration as well with the stakeholders going forward?
Yes, I can say that. Right? And I would also ask the stakeholders, if we're talking about the Calypsonians, please improve your craft. I will forever saying it. We are not perfect on this side either. There may be something we have missed. We are by no means not open to correction or criticism. That is part of the learning process. And we are willing to conform and adjust for the benefit of all.
All right. Now, I also want to touch, you said that, you know, marketing is one of your skills. And you took a team over to Grenada for 10 days, which attracted quite a bit of criticism. One of the first criticisms is that, you know, why 10 days? Why did you, as an assistant secretary, need to be there for 10 days? I mean, we could have seen where possibly the artists, like I mean, you guys took across a contingent, they could have been there for those 10 days, but why was yourself and some other public officers there for that length of time?
Okay, so we had somebody representing the Carnival Committee, myself as Assistant Secretary. Over that 10 days, you know how much reach we got? Every day we had radio interviews, television interviews, performances. The artists that we took out there got the opportunity to perform on a world national stage. They performed at national finals and all of that. And you can see the fruit as a result. All those artists who went out there, they were, because I think people may have forgotten some of them and all of that, they were rejuvenated. They were asked to perform in several different fairs. And if that trip didn't happen, I don't think they would have gotten the exposure they needed. One, we marketed our carnival, and we used the opportunity to promote those local artists. And it bore fruit. Some made music videos, and all of that as a result of this trip to Grenada. So it was a marketing tool where we promoted the island of Tobago. We promoted our first carnival every single day. I don't think we had a rest day. If somebody didn't go out, it's because they were probably tired and decided to stay home. We didn't go on fete. While my artist I still say my artist is on stage performance, we in backstage, cheering them on. At the Juve, we gave out mud packets and so on. So that is why the Grenadians were so happy to come here for our carnival. As a matter of fact, the CEO said, call and say, how can we get more flights? There are so many persons who want to come to Tobago for carnival. And eventually a contingent of them came. Some Grenadians came on their own, some from other islands. While there, we met a contingent from St. Vincent promoting their carnival in Grenada. And they were here for our carnival as well as a result of that trip. So, yes, there were noises in the space, but I saw, and I think Tobago Public saw, where that trip bore fruit.
All right, now I want to play a little video of one of those interviews across there that did attract a lot of criticism, and I want you to have the opportunity now to address some of that. So we're going to play that clip now.
You're on Power 95. In terms of accommodation, though, what does that look like?
Well, currently most of our accommodations are subscribed. We have a new hotel opening. We hopefully will have new flights coming into the island, and we also encourage persons to open their houses. So they have a downstairs that they haven't been using, kids going away to college. Yes, open up your house, welcome our Grenadians and Trinidadians and the world at large to come and experience Carnival in Tobago. I mean, you're saying where we will put them, but I think that's a good problem to have. Our beaches are open. We have a variety of places where we can accommodate you, so come.
Alrighty, so in case folks want more information or to follow what's happening, where can they source that?
We have the Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transport webpage where you can log on and get all the information.
Fantastic.
So tell me, what is the challenge?
No, so some of the problems that people had with that explanation was that, I mean, you did not give like an official website.
Because we didn't have one at the time, that is the truth.
No.
And the tourism page is probably the best page to get any information at that time. We didn't have the secretariat up and running or anything like that, so I couldn't just say nothing. And at that time, if you go, whatever little information there was, it was on the tourism page.
Now, I mean, some have also said that perhaps you could have made sure that some of those things were in place before you went to Grenada or before you tried promoting in other places, because that would have been a question that would be asked by other media people out there, or even just interested groups within your discussions.
In a perfect setting, yes. But the fact of the matter, a lot of the preparations for Tobago's Carnival was late. Grenada Carnival only happened at that period. It's not like they could wait on us. So we capitalized on the invitation from them. Bear that in mind. Grenada invited us. We didn't just take up ourselves and say we're going to Grenada to promote. No, we were invited because they saw where Tobago might be a good place for them to come and have their marketing done as well. So it wasn't just what people are seeing. It was more than that. And the fact of the matter is we did everything in a matter of weeks. To finalize this Tobago Carnival. Now, those are the facts.
Now, before we go to another quick break, I just want to get from you as well. I mean, for the people that have said that, you know, you looked like unprepared and they expected a better representation from you out there in Grenada, what would you say to them?
Well, if it's that interview we're talking about, yes, we didn't have all the information. That is true. And I just worked with what I had at the time. So, yes, I may not have been fully prepared. We move on. We press on.
All right, cool. Now, we're going to look forward to a bit more of what Miss Megan Morrison has in store for us. So, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Excel Spa by Haley, where our highly trained staff are ready to deliver the top-class services in facial massages, waxing, nail enhancement and body treatment. We are ideally located at Coco Avenue, Switzerland, Tobago. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TripAdvisor, or you can call us on 730-0149. Excel Spa by Haley. Relax, renew, and rejuvenate.
Never ever worry, don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry, if your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil will always be here for you.
Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Hey.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago, and we are continuing our discussions with Assistant Secretary Megan Morrison, who is also the Assemblyman for Mount St. George Goodwood. Now, before the break, well, I mean, just in the past half hour, we touched on some of her challenges and so on with culture, as well as being that Assemblyman. Now, this year has also been a tumultuous year for the PDP, in the sense that, you know, we had in the past few months, we've had a change within the party that sort of hurt the reputation of the administration moving forward. Now, how do you, as a member of that team, how do you feel about, you know, what happened between Mr. Duke and Mr. Augustine and the rest of the team?
Well, this turn of events was surprising for me, to be honest, and I didn't see that coming, right? We have a dynamic team of persons who put their everything into their districts and to their divisions. And because of process, it will seem, because some of the things, for example, to have the DCS office up and running took some time because you now have to create a whole new division with a whole new vote.
Yes.
You know, for payments of funds and so on. So that took some months. No fault of ours. We did what we supposed to do. The administration part of it had to do their part of it to get the office up and running. And I was saddened by the fact that these events took place. Nevertheless, because I'm an emotional person and I was hurt. But the work of Tobago continues, and I think as a result of, I don't know if to call it a fallout or a break off or whatever it is, I think this executive has even greater resolve to work for the people of Tobago, because it's not about us and our feelings, it's about delivering to the people of Tobago. We know people are hurting, people are waiting. No one wanted to see the politics play out as it did, because people bought into this dream, this vision and so on. And it is indeed difficult to tell people, well, I'm not sure if there is a PDP, or if there is a PDP, it's controlled by one person or that kind of stuff. So we have to deal with the politics of it, probably in private first, and then we'll probably come out to the public. But it was hurtful for me.
How have you dealt with it with your supporters, your voters? Because the people of Mount St. George and Goodwood would have voted you in.
And John Dial and Hope and Bacalet Park.
What has been your interactions with them?
They themselves have been, is hurting. They are hurting. They express that. But the one thing they do say is that we support you. You have our support. You guys are doing a good job, and we support you. So that, I think, was the thing that kept me going, and probably kept the team going, because we will get these messages all the time. Some people we don't even know and didn't even know supported us, saying, we support you. So I think that is what kept people like me going, because, as I said, it was hurtful.
How are you keeping yourself on the ground with the people? What have you been doing to make sure that you are connected with them and they know that you are their representative and you are continuing to work with them no matter what is going on that political front?
My district days are Tuesdays. So up to I left my district last night, whenever until I see the last person, I will probably be there from about 1 or so. And apart from that, I have a community of sporting people and all of that. So you'll find from time to time, my district have activities going on. So we had the car meet, that's like a car show, competition and football competition all earlier in the year. As we speak, I have sewing classes going on. I had a tongue meeting in Mount St. George earlier in the year. I can't remember what day. I had a tongue meeting in Goodwood recently, and I am trying to make myself available to my district. We are currently preparing for
Christmas.
For Christmas, and that's a big thing for me and the children. You know, once children happy, you know, the parents kind of happy too. And, you know, I always, you know, choke and lobby my colleagues to find ways that we can employ people in my district. For example, my young people in my district are very dear to me. Most of them voted for the very first time. I can't ignore that, right? So they are at the forefront of my thought. So whatever I do, I plan with them in mind. So that is why I did the car show, and so it's to give back to them. You understand? And I always think about ways, my district and I try to think about ways to, although we can't give you a job, we can do this in the meantime. You understand? So we try to create avenues and so on for people to probably express themselves. They can come to the office, they can call on numbers. Mind you, they don't get me on my personal phone all the time because, you know, we have to balance the district and the divisions, which sometimes are challenging because sometimes I don't have access to my phone for the whole day because you go from back-to-back meetings. I remember going home after 1 in the morning and I had to call my district manager to keep me on the phone to reach home. But the average person wouldn't see that.
Yes.
Yes, they wouldn't see that. They just know that they call the area representative and didn't get them. But the truth is my district needs some work in terms of infrastructure. They need employment. And I see gradually where the divisions and avenues are being opened to have people employed and to have them occupied and trained and all of that. So I'm happy to say that we are going a step further in reaching the people of my community. And I believe every district is working in that vein, but I can speak to my district.
Right.
Right? So Tuesdays, I mean, of course, there are times when I have to balance because I miss some district days because of some emergency that came up. And sometimes that's the balancing act you have to do to decide, should I take this very important meeting from some ambassador or somebody who is coming in to probably discuss the exchange of culture, or do I go to my district? So sometimes it's challenging to balance it too. But my district, anybody who knows me will tell you that I'm very passionate about it, and I don't take what people offer to me lightly.
Certainly.
Yes.
I mean, and we could hear that passion in your voice. And looking at the next year, and I mean, what's the realistic expectations that people within your district can have for the next year that you are able to deliver?
The next year, I'm hoping to get some improvement to the infrastructure works in my district because there are some homes that are under threat. There is one in Big Hole, there is one in Granny Gully, and that Granny Gully bridge as well. Some work will be done there. The administration prior to us started some work there. It was a very controversial project. This administration is trying to finish that Granny Gully bridge because the residents across the river is grossly affected, especially when rain falls. I am saying again, number 1 Village Street, because we have people living on both sides of the street. It's a very narrow street, and we may have to ask the residents to sign to say, I am okay with you taking a couple feet of my land to have the road extended, because it's something that we have been clamoring for years. I see some people getting involved, employed because of some of the plans and projections we have in mind for the upcoming months. So I would say, yeah. So some people will get employment. Apart from that, we have some infrastructural works to be done in the communities. Some people will get temporary employment there. I say temporary because, you know, it's from project to project or something like that. And what we have tried to do is have whoever contractor we employ to do whatever in the districts, employ a certain percentage of the people from the district, right? So those are some of the arrangements that is in afoot and will continue to go forward. So people will get some employment, yes. There will be some infrastructural improvement to the various communities, mine in particular. Good morning, Trevor. Good morning, Joel. And I see that happening within the next year, right? Some people will be trained because I'm big on positioning yourself for whatever opportunities come your way, so be trained. We are the sewing classes that are happening now. Soon some people will be able to make their own skirts and so on. Who knows, a factory of some kind may come out of that where they can probably prepare sew school clothes for the various schools, if not the various schools, at least the schools in the district. You know, so those are the aims. Or that is the aim, and that is what we have in mind when we do some of these community projects. We are preparing people for the next step. Position yourself. Procurement training. We have some people who we have helped them register their business and all of that. Home improvement is a big thing. As you guys may be aware, there were millions of dollars outstanding of claims who people requested claims and were approved but just weren't being paid. This administration allocated 6 million or so, I think it's 7, to clean up that backlog. So we have people now, because we have a lot of that. Some people have failing homes, roof under stress, walls to be retaining walls and so on at their homes, that they can access these grants. At my office, we have all the forms. Even to apply for land, we have that at our district office. We took the opportunity to get those available. My staff, good morning to the staff of the district of Mount St. George, Goodwood, Afisha, Emanuela, Katina. At my tourism office, I have Maxine and I have Trisha and I have Renata. Good morning. Very hardworking, dedicated, right? So when you come into my office, they help you fill out these forms. They follow through. They call Brian Williams. Good morning. We have to call Brian all the time because the people at the Heights of Bleming have a challenge with water. The people in Windsor Trace Extension, they have the lines run, but they don't get water for whatever reason, maybe need a pump. So my district is very diligent in following up.
Right.
This person submitted their forms and so on. We call with the various divisions to follow up. We do referral letters to people. So I'm saying that a lot of what we do is with our district in mind.
Great.
And we try to make it as easily and as friendly as possible. When you come into that district, it's service oriented and big on service, right? I believe that you must do the best you can with whatever you have.
Great.
So my district, please try not to worry too much. I know it's hard at times. We do our various hampers from time to time, just randomly. We collect stuff and, because people come in for help all the time. So we take a register of that and we can see where we can help from a district level.
All right.
Right?
So I also want to touch on just another question or another concern that I should say that's been in the space, and that's your relationship with the Secretary for Tourism. There's been some talk, I should say, over the past year about your relationship. What can you tell us about what that relationship been like and your ability, both of you, to get the work done?
The truth is we have two people who are probably of the same mind. We are strong-headed. We have never had a face-to-face running as I saw on out there in the public place. Never. I don't even know where that came from. But I have my ways. She has hers. We are both Virgos, Septembers. So we are strong-willed. We have our own ideas of doing things. So yes, we wouldn't agree on everything. But I don't see we have a challenge, to be quite honest. I say what I say as the straightforward person that I am. But we have never crossed. I honestly don't know where that came from. I think we have a very good working relationship. And I don't see it being a challenge at all going forward. We may not agree on stuff. Who does agree on everything? So, but other than that, we are fine, to be quite honest.
And how are you guys approaching Carnival 2023 in terms of the National Carnival?
Right, so that is just a few months away. We have just finished Carnival here. So I would say by next week we will meet with some of the entities to plan what we see February Carnival can look like. I have met with one of the private sectors, I wouldn't say who just yet, just last week, concerning branding the children Carnival. In Trinidad they have Sunshine's
Sunshine Stars Kiddies Carnival.
Right, so we have a brand that want to come on board to sponsor the Kiddies Carnival in Tobago. Right, so that you will see that roll out soon. And so yeah, plans are for to have February Carnival executed differently to some degree. and we are hoping to have a good national festival.
And what about the other cultural aspects in the coming year? I mean, we had, you guys did try and make sure that we could have our heritage, Blue Food Festival. We saw the return of a lot of that this year. And at each event that we went to, people were excited about being back out there and being able to experience it again. Now, from what you guys did this year, how are you going to make the future, next year's events better?
Every event you try to improve on your last one, right? All these events were our first, and we will have something that look like jazz when jazz will normally happen. I'm not sure if it's jazz is the name. So we will have all the traditional cultural stuff that we would normally have during the year. I don't think we have squashed any of them really, unless it doesn't make sense. What we will do is repurpose it, redo it, to see, because everybody comes with their own expertise and their own vision as what the product should look like. So our aim within the next couple of weeks, a month, is to see how we can make an improvement to these festivities going forward, whether it be Carnival, well, we have Boko as well as part of the festivities, and all these products. Our aim is to improve. We're striving for perfection. It may not be perfect, but we have to improve on what we offer to people. We have to get creative, think out of the box, try something different, so we can have a good, because all of these, as a result, are aim is to get people on the island as part of our tourism product, right? So when we do these things well, it's suffice it to say someone will want to come back next year and bring a friend or two to experience what they experienced this year. So it's a work in progress. My aim and the division aim and the THA's aim is to improve on what we offered the year before. So we did an exceptional job, I think, from the reaction of the people on the festivities going forward, whether it be independence, all of that. My division has a very hard-working cultural staff. Big up to Jesse Taylor and his team. And they work so many long hours to ensure perfection. So what I like is that I have a team of people whose aim is perfection. I'm very happy for that. So that falls well in line with what I myself want to see. So we have the Festival Commission who actually execute a lot of these events, working towards perfection as well. And I can't forget Tital, who does the promotion and the marketing for the island of Tobago. And so we can see how all these things intertwine and are related. So you execute an excellent show or presentation or whatever. We have visitors, whether local or abroad, whether listening online or here physically, can say, yes, this is what I would like to experience this in person. I would like to experience this next year. Family, we are going to Tobago next year because of this and that and whatever. So that is the aim.
Is it safe to say that as a division, as a tourism division, you guys are selling events? I
think events is a big part of what we are offering. If we are being honest, the events are a big part, so we have to do them well, execute them well, and encourage people to come to the island. So apart from our natural beauty and our natural resources, and a well-executed event will bring people back to the island. I flew to Miami during Hurricane for Carnival. Not this one gone, one in the past. So I'm saying to say that rain or something like that wouldn't stop somebody who has decided, I am doing this, I am going to Miami, I'm going to Tobago, from coming to the island.
All right. Now, I mean, we're getting ready to wrap our interview this morning. It was wonderful having you here, and it was a pleasure being able to just to get under the surface. I mean, we have not heard from you before on our set, so it is great to have you here. Now, you know, it's been an interesting year. What would you like to say to your supporters and to the people of Tobago about your position as a politician as well as a representative for your electoral district?
I would like to say to Tobago, this administration is working for you. Everything we do with you in mind. You may not always get the full information, so you judge based on what you publish in the public domain. We as an administration have to do a better job at PR and communicating with you, or challenges, and even our gains. I would like to say to the District of Moncton George Goodwood that you have a good representative. You have someone who is always lobbying for you. I hope my colleagues can bear with me because I am a little pessish at times and I'm a little blunt at times in order to get things done for my district. That is who I am. And I would like to say to you, this administration will never allow politics or anything like that to get in the way of delivering to you. Or that is our aim, to deliver to the people of Tobago. We ask you to allow us to help us fix this, and our aim is to fix whatever issues you have. You may not all have it at the same time. Please bear with us. We will get to you. Right? So if we have erred, please forgive us. But our aim is to serve you and to serve you well. And I think this administration is perfectly poised to do just that. Right? We will try to look at some alternative funding because the fact of the matter, we cannot depend on Trinidad for whatever they offer to develop and deliver to the people of Tobago. We are looking at alternative funding to get some of the plans and the projects off the ground. Right? We are also looking at ways that Tobago can generate funding. So look out for that. You will hear the various secretaries and assemblymen and the chief secretary come and speak to you on issues like that. You know, we have a very charismatic chief secretary who is working long hours. I don't know how he does it every day to find ways to deliver to the people of Tobago. And I'm saying we are here for you. You are the forefront of our thoughts, and whatever we do is to develop this island.
Okay.
And we would like you to continue to support us.
I want to thank you, Ms. Megan Morrison, for being here with us. Like I said, it was a pleasure. And viewers, yes, it doesn't stop with Ms. Megan Morrison because tomorrow, joining us on set, joining Chanel Felix on set would be Mr. Joel Sampson. And then I'm coming back at you again on Friday with Mr. Sonny Craig, the man who promised that sunny days are ahead. We're going to find out if it really was sunny days over the past year. So, I mean, just something for you to look forward to, viewers. So it was been an absolute pleasure being with you this morning. So have a safe and wonderful day, and we'll see you again tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Yeah. Hey.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and Denicia.
Let's go. It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers, we are melanated ones. We special and there is no denying Tobago is number one. I am you and you are me. Together we stronger. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning. Yeah. Hey.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and Denicia.
Let's go. It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never.
Advertise with Tobago Updates. Call 284-6597. If you have a small or large business, we can get your information in front of the masses. Reach our rapidly growing viewership on Facebook and YouTube. Promote your brand in Trinidad and the Caribbean through M&E TV Now and Gayel. Yes, we can build unique ads for your business. Call now 284-6597 and advertise with us. Mamai Lakai Home Services. We specialize in cleaning of carpets and rugs, mattresses, living room and dining room sets, vehicle detailing, cleaning and sanitizing of homes and commercial spaces. We also do landscaping and tree cutting, pressure and power washing, floor care, fumigating and air purifying. You can also call us for professional painting services, babysitting and adult sitting. Call us now 333-4430 at Mamai Lakai Home Services. We take cleaning to another level.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago. Of course, yes, we didn't wrap. It was just a slight oversight, and thankfully our guest is very understanding and very accommodating. So a special good morning to you, Mr. John Arnold, and
morning.
And he is here in the capacity of chairman of
I'm just one of the commissioners.
The commissioner for the Equal Opportunity Commission. All right. Now, we're like I said, we're talking about Equal Opportunity Commission here. So first of all, you guys are going to be engaging in a nationwide caravan.
That's right.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, you know that during the time of COVID, the commission didn't have the opportunity of coming to Tobago. Normally they would have office days in Tobago. So what was thought is that post-COVID, we will come out with a bang, but we will start with Tobago. So the blue tent, and I'm saying the blue tent purposefully, so that you have to look out for that tent, because the caravan comes here tomorrow, Thursday, in the east, Roxborough Administrative Complex, from 10 to 5. And we'll also be at the Port Mall, right where we are. On Friday, between the same hours of 10 and 5 p.m., right? And the purpose of the caravan, of course, is to really allow people to interact with the commission, the officers, and to learn more about this whole thing about discrimination. One of the big mandates of the commission is to eliminate discrimination. There's several other sub-things and objectives of the commission, but that is one of the primary mandates.
And why is that so important?
Yeah, well, you know, in a society like ours, where it's a diverse society, but there are 4 grounds on which we look at as a commission. So I just want to tell you, we have the Equal Opportunity Commission and we have the Equal Opportunities Tribunal. And part of the 4 grounds are provision of goods and services, that you can have discrimination happening, accommodation, rentals, etc. You can also have discrimination on the grounds of employment, right? And you can have discrimination in the area of education, all right? So these are 4 of the grounds, and of course, They span marital status, sex, ethnicity, race, etc. And our job is really to, all those cases where people bring to the commission, that we are able to find remedial ways of dealing with that, which most times is conciliation and mediation, but some case escalates, and then we
Right.
have to send them to the tribunal.
Now, what can people can expect when they encounter the caravan, the blue tent, as you say?
The blue tent. Yeah, well, you know, in the blue tent, the officers are going to be there. You can experience games. We'll have some interactive games. But more than that, we'll have a legal officer there who will be able to answer some of the pertinent questions or burning questions of the public. The issue of discrimination, we have people who feel that they're discriminated in several ways, as you know. And I think those issues can be lighted and certainly dealt with once you meet the team. So it's all about learning what we do and what we stand for, and the programs that we are doing. We are very much into research and education. But even beyond that, I think it will give people the opportunity to have a face-to-face with some of the officers and have those questions that are burning answered, you know.
All right. And then how long will this caravan last in Tobago?
The caravan, we are starting in Tobago, and then we go back to Trinidad in several areas. In Tobago, it's just going to be 2 days. Tomorrow, as I said, in Roxborough, and Friday at the Port Mall. And we're really appealing to everybody. Everybody. Just come out, visit the Blue Tent. You can't miss the Blue Tent. The Blue Tent is, you know, it's just obvious. But we have some great people who would be there. Haran, Shelley, and they'll all be able, and again, you know, like every other caravan, you try to do the kind of exercises and programs
And those are
games
hype.
to keep the hype and what
Yes.
have you. So all that will be there, and we're really appealing to people to come out. I think one of the things, Candice, that I really want to emphasize is that the Equal Opportunities Commission, sometimes people have some different concepts of it, right? And I think it's a wonderful opportunity for us to clear up some of the things. We are engaged in this whole act of dealing with the elimination of discrimination and the equal opportunities, right, for people of different statuses. And the idea that we're also working all the time, right, with the ministry and with the minister to tweak the act, to get the act improved, to cover more. We are talking about human rights. We're talking about several things, right, that impact on this whole issue of discrimination. So I think coming to the caravan, I don't care what the question is. You know, it's a nice opportunity to make sure that you ask those questions and you get the answers.
Okay. Now you mentioned that there will be a legal person there, someone with that technical
Yes.
capabilities. Now, how can somebody, you know, like put a complaint,
Right.
you know, towards the Equal Opportunity Commission if they feel aggrieved, if they feel discriminated against?
Right. So first, I'll tell you that there are two things. There's a nice email one you can check. You can make a complaints at eoc.gov.tt. But beyond that, you can go on the website and actually get a form. You can download the form, make your complaint, scan it, send it in, or you can fax it in, whichever, or you can post it in. Now, once that complaint comes in, the commission, the officers will then ascertain what is the best steps to now deal with that. Most times it goes to what we call the conciliation department. Because the idea is that you want to have people resolve these issues. And all this is free to the public.
That's
Right?
important.
Very important. So the public, you can make your complaints, and in most cases, the conciliation is usually the place you try to mediate and get these things solved. However, there are times that there are some cases that escalate, the conciliation doesn't work, and then of course it escalates to the tribunal, and the tribunal can determine damages, awards, fines, whatever you, based on the law. And in that context, it's a very open process. It's transparent, and again, people can feel free. At any time they can go. Once you feel you've been aggrieved and you want to make a complaint, there's a process, and the process is dealt with expeditiously and fairly.
And will persons be able to get assistance at the caravan if they have a complaint to file that?
Definitely. That will be one of the functions of the caravan, to actually kind of babysit you and help you in terms of moving that process forward. Yeah, we'll have that definitely in the caravan. As I said, the persons who are actually coming are some of the most seasoned, experienced officers of the commission, and there's a whole battery of people there. But those who are coming are really, really versed in what we do, and certainly the help that we can give. And again, you know, I hear complaints all the time from people who feel they're discriminated for one reason or the other, right? Sexual harassment in the workplace, you know, people feeling as though somebody's taking advantage of you because of your race, and so on. All those things, I mean, our biggest job is really to find a way of encouraging the elimination. It's a journey, I imagine, a lifelong journey, but it's something that we have to consistently do and persistently do. And certainly we'll be able to deal with that, yes.
Now, I mean, just to piggyback on what you said about, you know, the different types of discrimination, because, I mean, when we think about it, we often think about race and ethnicities and that sort of thing, but it goes deeper than that. And I want you to get a little bit more into what constitutes as discrimination and what, I mean, what would qualify you for something that the Equal Opportunities Commission to take on board.
Right. So, I mean, you know, we have, and these things are subtle. You're going to have a simple case where you make a call to rent a place, right? And the person has agreed. They haven't seen you yet, but they have agreed, right? And then when you come to do the deal, suddenly by seeing you, some form of discrimination take place, and they say, well, the place is not available. Is that a legit complaint? That is something you may want to do. You may want to do that. Is there a case where you're working in a place, you're employed, and it is your turn to be, let us say, promoted, but you're bypassed? Is that a form of discrimination? You may want to take that as a complaint. So, I mean, you are correct. It's deeper. You have a position in a company, and the boss wants to have a relationship, a workplace romance with you, and you refuse. And then for some other position or some other placement, you are then discriminated and bypassed. Is that a legit claim? Right? All those are just examples I'm making where you can certainly make your claim. And I mean, it doesn't limit itself to that. I'm just using some simple examples. But which again shows that it can vary, and we basically cover those four grounds. The idea of goods and services, rentals, accommodation, education, employment.
Now, when someone makes a complaint and Equal Opportunity Commission takes up that complaint, investigates it, and then found that, yes, this person was discriminated against, what happens next?
Right, so you're correct. If that is what's been determined, then the conciliation process will be initiated. As I said, the most fundamental thing about the commission is trying to resolve problems for people. And it's a free service. Complaints are dealt with, but it is really an avenue for resolve, an avenue for solution.
And what kind of resolve are we talking about? Is it that just a mediation, or is it compensation? What does it look like?
Right, so those are agreements within the negotiations within the conciliation. So whatever is agreed within the conciliation, those would be what would be going forward. As I said, if the conciliation doesn't work, I may agree with you after we are talking and arguing that this is what we will do. I will have this, you will have that. Okay, fine. But if it doesn't work, then it does escalate and go up to the tribunal. It is referred to the tribunal, which is another agency, so to speak, that now deals with the cases that are referred to it by the Equal Opportunities Commission.
All right.
Because we work in sync here.
All right. And then what else can people reach out to the Equal Opportunities Commission if they, for some reason, are not able to come to the blue tent?
Oh, yeah. Online, we have a really, really good website. You can just Google Equal Opportunities Commission, Trinidad and Tobago, and you'll get everything there. Our website is very easy. We also, as I said, you can write complaints at eoc.gov.tt, communications at eoc.gov.tt, and somebody will reach out to you. You can take it from me. Somebody, that's one thing about the Equal Opportunities Commission. They are kind of really, really speedy with responding. Yeah.
All right. And then the blue tent is starting
tomorrow. So we want everybody come down, including you.
And it's starting in Roxborough first?
Roxborough Administrative Complex tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then on Friday, we'll be right here at the Port Mall. I'm looking forward to that. And as I said, we actually, the word everybody should say is look for the blue tent.
All right.
The blue tent, that's it.
All right, folks. Well, there you have it. Just look for the blue tent if you're in Roxborough tomorrow and Friday here at the Port Mall. Look for the blue tent, and you can find you can find all that information. And most importantly, as Mr. Arnold said, there is, like, if you have a situation where you feel aggrieved, or you feel discriminated against, there is legal counsel available where you can take that opportunity. I don't think that this is one of the best opportunities that you can have to just sort of...
Free legal advice.
Free legal advice. Most important, free legal advice, so you to know how to handle your situations.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And looking forward to seeing everybody.
All right. I want to thank you so much, Mr. Arnold, for joining us and just giving us that perspective and for bearing with us.
Yeah, no. I'm a Tobago updates guy, so no problems.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear. All right, viewers, so that's how we'll have to wrap this show. And we'll see you again tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and Denise.
Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the sky.